What is up, everybody? This is Virus, and it is just about time. It is time for another motherfucking review. Now, my last review was last week on the 17th when I did Independence Day and Independence Day Resurgence, and I honestly made that shit way too long. And I forgot to recommend that you do go to the library, borrow from a friend, and just fucking buy it. But this movie review is based on a trilogy of movies. I think I've done one before. No, I've never done a trilogy. I've only done duos, but this one is the Purge trilogy. The Purge Anarchy, and the Purge Election Day. And I just finished watching the Purge Election Day. And I'll do some small, like maybe 2 minutes each, like about a minute and a half each on um all of the Purge movies, and we'll start off with the Purge. All right. For those who don't know what the Purge is, it's basically the government, um this group called the New Founding Fathers came along and decided to enact this thing called the Purge, whereas every night, well, one night every year, people get to purge. Basically, like they state that murder, all crime is legal. And what happens is in the purge, this couple and their kids are sitting there. They've locked down for the purge, and the son is an idiot and winds up taking in this black guy who had escaped the purgers that were trying to kill him. Now they get mad that they're harboring the guy that they're trying to kill, but they tell him, listen, you just give us the guy and we'll let you live. If you don't, we've got equipment, we'll break your shit up, and we'll come in and we'll kill you and him. And at the end of the movie, husband winds up dying, and then the wife, son and daughter almost died because of the neighbors wanting to kill their ass this whole time. But the homeless guy was still there to stop him. Moving on to the Purge Anarchy. Alright, the Purge Anarchy. I was kinda hoping it would have kind of picked up from the original Purge, but it didn't. And it took a completely different direction. Sorry if I yawned. It is 4:39 here, but this one actually follows. It says here follows a would-be vigilante, a married couple, and a mother and daughter. Now, the mother and daughter wind up. Let's see. We'll start off with, you get to see the would-be vigilante. Like he's gearing up for the purge, for the annual purge. Then you see the married couple, and their they wind up running into some people waiting for the purge to start. Guys in masks and shit. And in the parking lot, they run into them, and they don't know, but they're going up the freeway and they're crossing the bridge, and the power steering line was cut by them, and then we finally meet up with well, we don't meet up with them. We finally get to the fact that this mother and daughters, the mother's father and the daughter's grandfather, sold himself to a rich family to be able to help them live comfortably without having to like worry about his illness because he was dying and he was taking medication. So at the end, they all wind up surviving except for the the husband of the married woman, and that's the end of the Purge 2. The Purge election year. And I'm pretty sure everybody's seen all of these, so I don't have to give a shit about giving you spoiler alerts. The Purge election year was a pretty fucking good movie. Um, I will say that is definitely the scenario that would be played out if it really was real. But yeah, it's basically about, like this guy and this woman. We'll just Hillary and Donald Trump, call it like that. A man and a woman running against each other for presidency, except for this woman had survived the purge 18 years ago and grew up, got in politics, and decided to be like, fuck it, I'm going to run for president and stop the purge for good. And believe it or not, the guy that was purging in the second one actually that and survived, the would-be vigilante, is head security detail for the female that's trying to stop the purge. And we wind up seeing this other dude, this this guy that runs a deli with his employee, and this woman that he basically known since she was a little kid. So what happens is, somebody betrays them inside the group, for the senator that's running against the guy who wants to keep the NFFA going, and they try to assassinate her, but that's not. It doesn't happen, and blah 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 blah, and all this other stuff, and they wind up having to get her to safety. So it's basically like, trying to keep the senator alive, so that way she can manage to beat the other guy. But the predecessor to the guy who had started this other group that's against the NFFA in the second one is in this third one, and he basically planned on assassinating the other senator running for president. But she winds up finally getting kidnapped and taken to this NFFA mass that they hold at a church. All the rich people and shit, and the founding fathers. And she gets brought on the stage. They wind up showing up, shooting a bunch of people. They save her, and Dante, that's his name, the leader of the guys trying to stop it, helped them save her, and then he wants to kill him, but then decides not to. And then in the end, let's see, the deli guy, Joe, dies, which sucks ass. But Carlos, I think his name was, winds up getting the deli. She winds up winning the election, and she states that her first act as president of the United States is to bring a halt to the new founding fathers of America, the NFFA, and stop the purge completely, which I'm pretty sure she does. And then at the end it cuts to it's saying that over a TV while Carlos is you like up on a ladder repainting the deli and shit. And this woman, that the other one that was basically goes there and been there since childhood, been going there since childhood, comes in there and sees it, and like says like some stuff, and then it basically cuts out from there. And they say on the news that uh, N- NFFA members that are still alive and out there are protesting and raging and like beating up cops and blowing up cars and setting shit on fire. And then the movie cuts from there, almost like it's got that feeling like there's gonna be another one. All right, rating time. Purge 1 gets a 10 out of 10. Purge 2 gets 10 out of 10. And Purge 3 gets a 10 out of 10. So technically, a combined rating for the three of them is a 30 out of 10, but it's still a 10 out of 10. Recommendation: go to your library, rent them out, borrow from a friend, buy the series if you want to. Um, I'm Virus, and I'll see you guys in my next review.